Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought that your future in English does not depend only on books and grammar? It depends on your eyes. Yes, your eyes. The more you observe, the more English becomes part of you. In today's video, I will show you how simple observation can open the door to your English future. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will see English everywhere around you, like magic. Maybe you think English learning means hours with grammar books or long vocabulary lists. Maybe you believe you need a teacher every step of the way. But the truth is different. English is not only in classrooms, it is living all around you. Every sign on the street, every label on a bottle, every subtitle on a video is like a free English lesson waiting for you. The secret is observation. The more you notice, the more your brain collects English, even when you are not sitting down to study. Think about this. When you were a child, you did not learn your first language from a grammar book. You learned it by listening, watching, and noticing. You observed how your parents spoke, how people answered, how words were connected. Your brain kept taking notes silently, and slowly you began to speak. The same magic can happen with English. But this time, you must choose to open your eyes. You must notice the words and phrases that are already around you. So today, I invite you to imagine your English future. A future where you walk in the market and understand shop signs. A future where you watch a movie and catch small expressions. A future where you speak confidently because English feels familiar, not strange. That future is possible, and it begins with observation. Stay with me till the end, because together we are going to unlock this hidden door to your English future. Chapter 1. The power of observation when we think about English learning. Many of us see the same picture in our mind. A classroom with a teacher, a book filled with rules, and students sitting at desks, repeating words again and again. We are trained to believe that this is the only way to learn. But if you stop and look around, you will see a new truth. English does not live only in books. English does not wait for you only inside schools. It is everywhere around you. It is on the streets, on the walls, on the screens of your phone. Every day you walk past hundreds of small English lessons, but you may not notice them. This is why the power of observation is the hidden door to your English future. Let me explain. Imagine walking out of your house in the morning. You look up and you see a shop sign that says fresh bread. You continue walking, and at the bus stop you see the word arrival. You take out your phone and open YouTube, and you notice 3 words written under every video: like, share, and subscribe. Later in the day, you go to buy food, and on the menu you see words like grilled chicken, cold drinks, family meal. Do you see what happened? Without even opening a grammar book, you just saw 10 to 15 English words in one single day. These words are not useless. They are seeds. If you observe them carefully, they will grow into strong knowledge inside you. But here is the problem. Many learners ignore these small lessons. They believe real English comes only from textbooks, only from teachers, only from long hours of study. So when they see the word exit on a bus, they do not care. When they see open or closed on a shop door, they walk away without noticing. They think, these are too small. They cannot help me. But this thinking is wrong. These small words are the bricks that build the house of your English future. Without them, your foundation is weak. With them, your house becomes strong and unshakable. Think about this carefully. Your brain is always working, even when you are not studying. It is like a camera taking pictures of everything you see. If you observe an English word again and again, your brain keeps the picture. Then one day, when you hear that word in a movie or in a conversation, the picture comes back. You understand it instantly, without translation, without stress. That is the magic of observation. Let me share a story with you. Imagine a learner named Ollie. Every morning, his friend comes to class wearing the same t-shirt. On that t-shirt, the word dream is printed in big letters. At first, Ollie does not care. He sees the word but does not think about it. Days go by, weeks go by, and every day he sees the same t-shirt with the same word, dream. Then one evening, Ollie is watching a YouTube video. The speaker says, "Chase your dream." And suddenly, something clicks in Ollie's mind. He smiles, because for the first time, the word dream makes sense to him. He understands it, and he did not even try to memorize it. This is the top moment. This is the power of observation. By seeing the word every day, Ollie's brain had already learned it. This moment is exciting because it proves something important. English is not a stranger. It is already in your life. You do not need to fight with it. You only need to notice it. And when you notice it, learning feels natural. Suddenly, English is not just a school subject. It is a living language that surrounds you. This is the emotional spike. The moment when you feel happy because you realize English is not far away. It is close. It is your neighbor. It is your friend. So how can you use this power in your own life? The answer is simple. Start looking. Do not walk past a shop without reading the sign. Do not ignore the small English words on packets, menus, or bottles. When you are on YouTube, pay attention to the titles and buttons. When you travel on a bus or train, read the signs above the doors. Each of these moments is a chance to practice. Each one is a free lesson. And the best part is, these lessons do not take extra time. You are already living your life, already walking, eating, watching videos. All you need to do is open your eyes and observe. Remember, small things matter. The word sale on a shop window. The word stop on a red sign. The word play on a music app. These are not just decorations. They are your teachers. The more you see them, the more familiar they become. And one day, without stress, without books, you will use them naturally in your own sentences. That is how observation shapes your English future. So never underestimate the small words around you. They are not small. They are powerful steps on your journey. If you train your eyes to notice them, your English will grow faster, easier, and stronger than you ever thought possible. That is the power of observation. Chapter 2. Your brain learns without permission. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you remember an English word without really trying? Maybe you did not sit down to study it. Maybe you never wrote it 10 times in your notebook. Yet, one day you just knew it. This is because your brain is always learning, even when you are not paying attention. Your brain is like a sponge. It soaks up words, phrases, and structures from everything you see and hear. You do not need to give it permission. It learns naturally. Think about how children learn their first language. A baby does not open a grammar book. A baby does not study word lists. Before they speak, they spend months just listening, watching, and observing. They hear their parents say, "Come here," "Good night," "Thank you." They watch how people use gestures, expressions, and tone. Slowly, the brain collects these pieces of language, like a puzzle. One day, the child begins to speak. Not because they studied, but because their brain had already been preparing silently. This is exactly how your brain works with English too. Let us take a simple example. Imagine you go to a shop, and every time you buy something, The shopkeeper says, "Thank you." At first, it feels like just a polite sound. But after hearing it many times, you know exactly when and why people say it. You didn't need to sit in a classroom and memorize, "Thank you equals shukriya." Your brain learned it automatically. Another example. You are on a bus, and you always see a red sign above the door with the word exit. You never practice it in a notebook, but one day you are watching a movie and a character shouts, "Find the exit." Suddenly you smile, because you understand it instantly. Your brain had been learning without your permission. This kind of learning happens with subtitles too. You are watching a video, maybe a funny clip or a movie, and you keep seeing the same phrase in the subtitles, like, "Oh my God," or "What happened?" You are not even focused on studying. You are just enjoying the video. But later, when you are speaking with a friend, the phrase comes out naturally from your mouth. You did not plan it. You did not sit down to memorize it. But your brain remembered it because you observed it many times. This is how natural learning works. Here is the top moment. When a learner realizes they don't always need to study hard to learn. Yes, studying is important. Yes, practice matters. But sometimes, just looking carefully and noticing daily life builds memory more powerfully than forceful study. This moment feels like magic. Imagine someone who always thought English was heavy, difficult, impossible. Then one day, they understand a word they never studied. That small victory changes everything. They say to themselves, "If I can learn this without trying, then maybe I can learn much more." This is the emotional spike. Hope rises. The learner feels lighter, happier, more confident. Learning English no longer feels like a painful task. It feels natural, like breathing, like walking, like living. And this hope is powerful because it gives energy to continue. The learner no longer sees English as a mountain they must climb with great effort. They see it as a path where every step is already teaching them something new. The beauty of this kind of learning is that it does not waste your time. You do not need extra hours in the day. You are already living, already moving, already seeing and hearing English around you. Your brain is already at work. All you need to do is trust it. Trust that it is collecting, storing, and connecting words inside you, even when you are not aware of it. So from now on, notice this truth. Your brain learns without permission. Every thank you you hear in a shop, every exit you see on a wall, every subtitle you read in a movie is becoming part of your English future. You don't always need to push hard. Sometimes you just need to open your eyes, observe, and let your brain do what it was designed to do. And when you understand this, learning becomes easier, lighter, and much more exciting. Chapter 3. How to train your eyes and ears now that you understand the power of observation and how your brain learns naturally. The next step is to train your eyes and ears to notice English in daily life. Observation is like a muscle. If you do not use it, it stays weak. But if you practice, it becomes strong. Many learners walk past English words every day and never pay attention. They hear English sounds, but do not listen. That is why we must learn to observe actively. It is not difficult, and it can be fun. You just need to change the way you look and listen. The first thing you can do is train your eyes. When you are outside, read shop boards carefully. Do not just pass by them. If you see a board that says bakery, stop for a second and read it aloud in your mind. When you see sale, notice how short and powerful the word is. If you see fresh juice, imagine saying it to someone. These boards are not decoration. They are your free English lessons. If you make a habit of reading every English word you see, You will collect hundreds of words without even buying a book. The second way is to train your ears. Advertisements, announcements, and even simple greetings are your teachers. When you hear an ad on TV or on the radio that says, "Buy one, get one free," repeat it to yourself. Try to copy the tone, the rhythm, the music of the sentence. If you are at a bus station or airport and hear an announcement like, "The bus will depart in 5 minutes," listen carefully. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Focus on the sound, the stress, the way the words connect. Repeat what you can. Over time, your ears become sharper and you start catching more and more. Here is a simple but powerful exercise. Carry a small notebook with you. Every day, write down just one English word that you notice in your daily life. It could be from a shop, from a packet, from a video, from a conversation. For example, you see the word coffee written outside a cafe. Write it down. The next day, maybe you notice the word station on a signboard. Write it down. Do this every day, and by the end of 1 year, you will have 365 new words. This is more than many students learn in classrooms. And the best part? These words are real. They come from your life. That makes them stronger in your memory. Let me show you the top moment. Imagine a learner who keeps seeing the word coffee on boards, menus, and packets. At first, it is just a word on paper. But one day, this learner is speaking with a friend. The friend asks, "What do you want to drink?" And without hesitation, the learner says, "I want coffee." This is the first time they use the word confidently in real life. That small victory feels huge. It proves that observation works. It proves that noticing small things leads to big success. This is also where the emotional spike happens. The learner feels proud, motivated, excited. A simple word like coffee suddenly gives them confidence. They realize, if I can learn this word just by noticing, then I can learn many more words. That hope pushes them forward. They start paying more attention, writing more words, listening more carefully. And slowly, English becomes a natural part of their daily life. Training your eyes and ears does not mean you must study all day. It means you must stay awake, stay aware, and stay curious. If you see a word, don't ignore it. If you hear a phrase, don't let it pass. Repeat it, write it, use it. Every small step adds up. And one day, you will look back and realize that your English future is not built by big, heavy study alone. It is built by small, daily observations that you collected with your eyes and ears. So begin today. Open your eyes when you walk. Open your ears when you listen. Carry your notebook. Write your words. And trust the process. Because when you train your eyes and ears, you train your future in English. Chapter 4. Observation in Media and People. Until now, we talked about how to observe English in the world around you, on shop boards, menus, buses, or small daily signs. But English is not only in objects and places. It is also living in media and in people. The television shows you watch, the YouTube videos you enjoy, the songs you listen to, and the people who speak English near you. All of these are powerful teachers. The more you observe them, the more natural your English becomes. Let us begin with media. Movies and shows are one of the best places to observe real English. When you watch an English movie, don't just listen to the story. Watch the actors carefully. Notice how they move their mouths, how they use their hands, how they raise or lower their voice. If an actor says, "I'm so happy," listen to the tone. It rises. Their face looks bright. Their body is open. That is not just grammar. It is communication. If another actor says, "I'm sorry," notice how their voice becomes softer, slower. Their head might bend down. These small details are gold. By observing them, you learn how to sound more natural. Subtitles can also help. Many learners watch movies with subtitles, but focus only on reading. Instead, try this. Listen first, then look at the subtitle only if you need help. Repeat the phrase the actor says. Copy the way their lips move. Copy the music of their voice. For example, when you hear, "What are you doing?" do not say it flat like a robot. Say it with the same rhythm and energy as the actor. This is how you bring life into your English. Now let's move to people. Maybe you have friends who speak English. Maybe your teacher speaks English. Or maybe you hear strangers using English around you. Don't just hear the words. Observe everything. How do they say good morning? Do they say it fast or slow? Do they smile when they say it? Is their voice high or low? Notice the rhythm. English is like music. Some words are stressed, some are soft. When you copy this rhythm, you stop sounding robotic and start sounding real. Let me give you an example. Imagine a learner who always hears his teacher greet the class with, "Good morning." At first, he only hears the words. But one day, he decides to copy exactly the same tone and rhythm. The next morning, he sees his friend and says with a smile, "Good morning." The friend smiles back and answers naturally. At that moment, the learner feels confident. This is the top moment. The simple act of copying gave him power to sound natural, and he enjoyed the result. These small wins create emotional spikes. They make you feel joy because you realize you can connect with people in a natural way. You are no longer just saying words. You are communicating like a real speaker. That joy motivates you to keep observing, keep copying, keep improving. One of the biggest mistakes learners make is focusing only on grammar and forgetting about tone and body language. Grammar is important, but if your voice is flat and your body is stiff, people may not feel the meaning of your words. Observation solves this problem. When you watch people and copy their style, your English becomes alive. You don't just say English, you perform it, you live it. Another tip: observe conversations even if you do not understand everything. If two people are speaking English near you, watch their faces. Notice when they laugh, when they nod, when they pause. Even without understanding all the words, you are learning how English works in real life. Later, when you know the words, you will already know the rhythm. So remember, media and people are free teachers. Movies show you natural expressions. Subtitles give you support. Actors teach you tone. Friends and teachers show you rhythm. Strangers give you examples of body language. All of this is available every day, and all of it builds your English future. The more you observe, the more natural you will sound. And the day you greet someone with a confident, "Good morning," and hear it come back naturally, you will feel the joy of real communication. That is the magic of observation. It makes English not only something you know, but something you live. Chapter 5. Building habits that shape your future. By now, you understand how your brain learns without permission, and how your eyes and ears can be trained through observation. You also know the power of learning from media and people. But here is the secret that truly shapes your future: habits. A single observation is helpful, but a repeated observation becomes a habit, and a habit builds your future self. When you build small habits of observing English every day, you are building long-term skills that will stay with you for life. Think about this. If you read just one English word every day, after 1 year you will know 365 new words. 1 year may feel long, but it passes quickly. And imagine how powerful it feels when you look back and see how much you have gained. The best part? 1 word a day does not feel heavy. It feels simple, easy, and possible. But small things add up, just like drops of water can fill a glass, and many glasses can fill a lake. Let's look at how to build these habits. One powerful habit is reading. You don't need to read long books. Start small. Observe news headlines. Every headline gives you a few words that are repeated often. Words like win, loss, market, update, breaking. You may not understand the full story, but you notice the pattern. Day by day, those words enter your memory. Soon you recognize them everywhere, and you can guess their meaning without a dictionary. That moment of guessing correctly is a top moment. It shows you that you are no longer a beginner. You are becoming an independent learner. Another habit is watching. Many people spend time on social media every day. Instead of scrolling mindlessly, start noticing the English words in posts, captions, or comments. Maybe you see the word challenge. At first, you only notice the word. Then you see it again in another post, fitness challenge. Later, you see speaking challenge. Slowly, your brain connects the meaning. You realize challenge means something difficult but exciting to try. And one day, when someone says, "This is a challenge," you understand without translation. That is the moment when you feel powerful, because the word is now part of you. Product labels are another gold mine. Every day you touch products in your home, shampoo bottles, cereal boxes, clothes tags, phone packaging. All of them have English words printed. Instead of ignoring them, take a moment to read. If you see ingredients on food or instructions on medicine, you begin to recognize those words again and again. Each observation is like planting a seed. Over time, your mind grows a forest of words. Let's imagine a learner named Sarah. Every morning, she makes coffee. She sees the word coffee on the packet. She doesn't think much at first, but she decides to write it in her small notebook. A week later, she sees the same word on a cafe board. Then she hears a friend say, "Let's get a coffee." Suddenly, she understands. The next day, when someone asks her what she wants, she confidently says, "I want coffee." This is not just a small win. It is a huge emotional spike. Because Sarah realizes that one simple habit, writing 1 word a day, changed her ability to speak. She didn't memorize from a list. She learned naturally from life. Habits also protect you from forgetting. If you only observe English once in a while, your brain may lose it. But if you build habits, like writing 1 word a day, reading one headline daily, or repeating one phrase from TV, you create a system that keeps knowledge alive. Habits are like brushing your teeth. You don't think about it, but it keeps you clean. Language habits don't feel heavy, but they keep your English sharp. Here's another powerful truth. Habits change identity. When you practice English daily, even in small ways, you stop saying, "I am learning English." Instead, you begin to feel, "I live in English." That shift is life-changing. It gives you confidence, hope, and pride. Each small habit today builds the future version of you who speaks freely, understands easily, and enjoys English naturally. So never underestimate the power of small actions. Reading 1 word daily, observing one headline, noticing one label, or writing one note may feel tiny. But with time, they create your future. And when the day comes that you can understand a word without translation, when you can guess meaning just from context, that is the top moment. That is when you feel powerful. That is when you see your English future shining brightly ahead. Your future is not built in one day. It is built day by day, habit by habit, observation by observation. And the habits you start today will shape the confident English speaker you become tomorrow. Chapter 6. Your English future is already here. Let me remind you of something important. Your English future is not something that will suddenly appear years from now. Your future is not waiting far away. It begins today, the moment you decide to open your eyes, the moment you decide to observe, the moment you decide to notice one word, one phrase, one sound. Your future has already started. Many learners make the mistake of thinking, one day, when I go abroad, then I will learn English. Or, one day, when I have more time, I will improve. But the truth is, if you begin observing today, your English future is already changing. It is happening right now, in this very moment, as you listen to these words. Think of it this way. Every small observation is like a step on a path. At first, the steps are small and slow. You may not even feel the change. But over weeks and months, those steps add up, and suddenly you are standing in a new place. You are no longer the same person who struggled with fear or confusion. You are someone who notices, understands, and uses English naturally. The future is not waiting. It is unfolding in every word you see, every sign you read, every phrase you hear. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine one day you are walking in an English-speaking place. Maybe it is a busy street in London or New York, or maybe just an airport where everyone speaks English. You look around and see signs, exit, information, tickets, and without stopping to translate, you understand them. You keep walking and hear people talking. How are you? Let's go there. See you tomorrow. And you realize, you understand, and you can reply with confidence. Then, someone smiles at you and says, "Good morning." And you answer naturally, "Good morning," with the same tone you practiced from observation. In that moment, you are not just a learner anymore. You are a confident speaker living inside the English world. That vision is not a dream. It is your future. And the key is simple: observation. If you start now, your brain is already collecting the pieces. Day by day, those pieces build into a strong foundation. You are no longer waiting for the future. You are walking inside it. Think about the journey we have taken together in this video. First, you learn the power of observation. That English is not only in lessons or classrooms, but in everything you see. Then, you discovered how your brain learns without permission, just by noticing. After that, we trained your eyes and ears, giving you simple exercises to practice every day. We moved on to observing media and people, showing you how real-life voices and faces teach you more than textbooks ever could. Then, we built daily habits that shape your long-term future. And now, we arrive here, at this truth. Your English future is already here. The top moment is when you finally see yourself inside that future. Picture yourself smiling, speaking without fear, joining conversations naturally. That image is not far away. It is already inside you, waiting to grow. And the emotional spike is this: you realize it is possible, and it is in your hands. Not tomorrow, not next year now. Your future is built one observation at a time. Every word you notice today is an investment in your tomorrow. Every phrase you repeat today is a seed that grows into confidence tomorrow. Every habit you practice today shapes the speaker you will become. And when you look back after 6 months or a year, you will see the difference. You will see how far you have come, and you will feel proud that you started today, not later. So, remember this. Your English future is not something you wait for. It is something you create, and it begins the moment you decide to observe. That future is already here, and it belongs to you. If this video opened your eyes to the power of observation, give it a like right now, because your support helps me reach more learners like you. And if you are ready to start observing English daily, write in the comments. I will observe English every day. I will personally reply to you and cheer you on, because I believe in your journey. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more simple and powerful English lessons. Lessons that not only teach you words, but also teach you confidence, habits, and the life skills you need to succeed.